And what do you do in the county?
Can I read what is here? Do you know what is here?
Yes, it's your name and what you do.
You know, sorry.
No, I know you are. That response is crazy. I'm sure you have seen what we have seen. And okay, what is it? What's banning Senator Omogeni before that gentleman speaks? Senator Omogeni.
You know, Chair, I'm just wondering. You know, if you read paragraph 5, and I want to understand the legal basis. The response says that the management failed. That seeking clarification was not necessary. I mean, are we serious, really? Is this account that is serious? You're telling you just have feelings, and when you have feelings, you make a decision.
So it appears a gentleman with a microphone could be that person who used his feelings.
You just used feelings. You're saying we failed.
No. Can you tell us why you decided to spend 36 million more?
Again, the feelings are only left for love matters, not financial matters.
No, I'm actually shocked that a document like this can be tendered before a serious committee like this. When you are telling us that you failed, failed. I mean, how?
Okay, Mr. Feelings, the floor is yours now. Are you the one who advised the county to spend 36 million more?
The chair, the evaluation was done, and the department from the lands and provided the guidance on why they have felt that amount couldn't sufficiently meet.
Who advised, lands or procurement?
Lands, because it's the technical.
So Chief Officer Lands, you are here.
They are already
procurement is saying you are the one who said you spent 36 million more.
The technical team are already prepared their own budgets and meant quantifications as to why that one was very low and it was based.
Mr. The name is? Stephen. The governor refers to a sector technical advice or estimate. Who prepared it?
The technical staff in the lands department.
So it's the lands guys who decided we spent 36 million.
They made a meeting and they made a...
How did they decide that? Is there a document? Are there minutes? Is there a report?
Yeah, they had a budget and some other documents.
Leave alone the budget. Is there a report that they wrote that led to the disqualification of the lowest bidder?
There was a report that gave a large figure.
It's not the issue of budgets.
You are not getting it. You are not getting it. Honorable members.
No, Chair, just allow me this. Chair, allow me this. Governor, you know, initially I said we may not need to have this engagement. Ultimately, we have had preliminary conversations, and we are where we are. What bothers me a lot, Governor, is this. But I don't see you being annoyed with your staff for such a shoddy job. In fact, let me just be honest with you, Governor. If I was not complicit, if I were you and I'm not complicit in these arrangements, then I would declare in public for the people of Isiolo to know that I have such an incompetent, clueless team working for the county government of Isiolo. Why do I say this? I say it because the questions being raised here, Governor, are very simple and straightforward questions that your staff would just have helped you to respond to these questions. And you know what, Governor, you are not an angel. Human beings make mistakes. Even admit on record that, yes, on this one, guys, I got it wrong. And I'm willing to learn. But pushing back and insisting on pushing agenda that really actually it makes you, the governor, look extremely bad in the eyes of the public. I don't know whether that bothers you, it doesn't bother you, but straightforward questions that just need straightforward answers. You are taking everybody around in circles and you're laughing with your staff. It doesn't reflect a very good image for the people of Isiolo. That's what I'm going to say in this meeting.
Thank you, Senator.
Chair, maybe the last one from me for the
procurement person. Where are you? Where is he? So, yes, Steve, after you got the budget, did you shelve the PPDA law? Because then it means in awarding tenders, you would use the approximate budgets and you don't use the laws anymore. Is that what you're saying you do in Isiolo County?
No, but a technical team or a technical advice is what gives an advice to the committee that is evaluating. It's the same as an engineer estimate that gives this is the precise that can undertake this obligation, this excess.
I think you're answering a different question. Members had proposed that we look at this particular matter and see whether it is possible for us to make progress and see whether the evidence provided can be useful. The evidence we have asked for is not there. Everything we are asking for, they are saying they can provide. If going by the other two issues that we have dealt with and the fact that 18 issues are not being responded to, I think I'm convinced that we must adjourn this meeting to allow the county government time to deal properly with the issues before us. And please, Governor, have a meeting with the Auditor General before you come here so that the auditor can also guide you on the documentation needed. You have seen the issue of advisors. It would have been important for you to see the list that the auditor has so that you can respond and tell us of these 36, these 4 are the only ones who are my advisors, the other 32 work in other stations. You know, that's what we should have done with the Office of Auditor General, rather than us speculating here. This one on spatial plan, it's a matter of great interest, and I think, Patricia from EACC, this is a matter that should interest you. We want to know who gave the advice, and that's why I've kept insisting, because that person does not belong to your county government, he belongs to jail. If he can make those kind of decisions, and is a professional of a member of a professional body, we will not just have EACC go after them, but the professional body should also go after them. So I'm convinced that we will not be able to make a lot of progress because I've looked at the responses on the other matters. Again, there are narrations without supporting documentation. We had given directions earlier that the other 18 issues that had not been responded to should be dealt with in the next 14 days. Governor, we are directing that you do a fresh response on all the issues raised by the Office of the Auditor General, not the fiduciary risk report. Beside this, there's also the receiver of revenue report. So at our next meeting, we will have to start with this from scratch, because even the 3 issues that we have dealt with, you have promised to bring documents later. Bring them at that meeting. We'll also look at the receiver of revenue report, because otherwise, I will have to take the evidence coming from Senator Dulo, and it is not her duty to be presenting evidence here, it is your duty as a governor. So, members, do we have any view contrary to that?
I hope they can paginate. So, you know, it's been very hard for us to follow their response. So I hope you can assign somebody to do a clean job, paginate, so that we are able to follow.
Yeah, and surely with 31 chief officers, you must find one who can do some good job.
And you know, Isiolo chair has very educated people like Senator Fatuma Dulo. So she'll be able to, once you cite a document, put an annexure so that you can follow through.
Senator Dulo, you wanted to say something? Senator Chirage?
Chair, I think at least taking advantage of institutional memory, I really wanted us to proceed with Isiolo. Because every time they come, we have adjourned on one reason or the other. But it looks like we could not shoot in the dark. So Chairman, I think what we can say at this point, and maybe the governor will tell us that I had asked a question, but Chair, you didn't direct for him to answer that. Who prepared this documentation? Because before he signs the management response, there is an officer or a team of officers that had been dedicated to prepare. Because if we could not trace the answers and the annexures were not going together. So what assurity are we getting that even if we adjourn for the next 14 days or 7 days, what surety will be sure that when he comes back, the documentation and results will be in order? I think the Chair, the best is, I don't know, the governor is a man of means. We should say if he comes back the way the documentations are, he should be fined another 500,000. Or we go quickly and pass Senator Otsotzi's bill and raise that 500,000 to 2 million Kenya shillings, Mr. Chairman, because governor should give us surety that by the time you come back, governor, you at least give us everything in order. Because the reason we sat and sift through chair, through governor, through the chair, is as much as we are morticians. Because we look at what has happened, we must give value for the people of Isiolo. And I think you and Senator and the people of Isiolo and Kenyans would really want to see every shilling that is taken to Isiolo gets value for the money. And I think that all of us in this room agree, including the fourth arm of government, which is the fourth estate, they agree that all the money that go to Isiolo must be that. So, and that is why even as I can see there is delayment in disbursement of treasury of 74.8 billion Kenya shillings that is yet to be disbursed to counties. So as we go back tomorrow, Chair, and demand that the National Treasury releases for the 3 months 74.8 billion to counties, we need governor to see that value for money. You know you are number 46 in terms of shareable revenue. I think you are 46, and then Lamu, and then Samburu, and then Elgeyo Marakwet. So decisions that you make, governor, must, and I have a lot of expectations from your government because you are in Nairobi. At least you knew how government should run. At least you have benefit of seeing Mabarabara ya Gorofa in Nairobi. I would have expected the same to be translated in Isiolo. So please, governor, through the chair, let us see value for money that comes to Isiolo. So that at least when we sit here, if you had given us everything, I don't think we would have taken 30 minutes or even 1 hour, and we are able to conclude. So I think that is what I can say. It is sad to say I was ready to sit up to midnight, but unfortunately, I would have ready to sit at midnight. Then as we go back home, we could meet with wale wanakimbia usiku. But anyway, let me end it there.
Okay, members, I don't think we need to extend it much further. Maybe, Governor, you just need to give us an undertaking that you are going to whip your officers and your team so that at our next meeting we can make fast progress, because a lot of these things we have taken time because you are describing evidence that is not before us. If evidence is before us, it makes matters easy and fast. So go on record on your assurance for the next meeting.
Thank you, Chair. I want to assure the committee in the next meeting will produce all evidence and all the pages will be paginated. And I want to put a request, Chair. The next meeting should be held in Isiolo so that we can also go through the project which you are asking in this audit query. Thank you, Chair.
The last time you were there, you disappeared. So
But Chair, we have been there.
How sure are we you'll
You
be there?
will be around. We missed you.
I'm requesting.
Oh, you are requesting.
Okay,
And I'll foot the bill, not the county personally.
No. We have our budget. We have our budget. Senator,
Chair, just one comment I forgot before you give to the area senator. Governor, and don't fear to rain hard on your workers, people who work for you. Please. Governor, have you been held hostage by your employees? Then you just crack the whip. I expect the county secretary after this. I've seen a number of senior officers that must be given letters and administration after. But ile kazi ingine unafanya vizuri. Asante sana.
No, I think don't talk about kazi ingine. Ile kazi imetuleta hapa ni hii. Na hii haijafanyika vizuri. Senator Adula.
Thank you, Chair. I think I don't want to say much. You've heard what transpired. I do fight in the Senate always with you guys as far as increase of budget is concerned. When I came to the Senate, we were at the bottom of even Lamu. That was 2013 as far as shareable revenue is concerned. Today, we have actually surpassed Lamu and Elgeyo Marakwet. Yeah? You can say no, but we have that record, Governor. So that is for another day. But let me say this. What is happening in Isiolo is that the law is not followed. Procedures are not followed. Chair, can you protect me? I have a right to say what I want to say.
We have had a very good meeting, so let's make sure we end it well. Senator Dulo, proceed.
Chair, I have all the reason why I'm saying this. For HR, the law is not followed, and I can give you evidence where your county secretary signs letters of appointment, which by law is not allowed. Is the County Public Service Board should do that. I have an evidence to that. So let me go to HR, Chair. When they appear next time, they should provide the record that was there when the auditors carried out the audits, and also the record that they have currently after they have changed staff establishment for verification. But otherwise, I say thank you so much. Exchanging abusive language here, it doesn't help. I do my part, you do your part. But the bottom line is that we must account for every penny that goes to Isiolo County. And that is my work. I will do it at any cost. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. On the request you have made to the Governor, Auditor, please also make sure you come with your management letter every time we have a session. Because when you say you established a fact during audit, we trust you to present those facts to us. So I think that one is yours. That's not for the Governor. It's for you to tell us this is a fact we found on the ground so that the Governor can confirm. Governor, we will not be tired of dealing with Isiolo matters. Audit can have two results. One result is to punish violators of the law, but another result is to improve. And we'll follow both approaches. If there are violators, if there are people who have made decisions that have led to loss of public resources, we will go after them. But we'll also ensure that whenever you come to Nairobi,